Welcome to NuttieBuddie Entertainment.
Let's start with Chris. I think you said before the show you have one, so let's see what that one grade is. Give it to us, Chris.
I'm gonna say I actually might have a couple smaller ones here, but just primarily my number one grade is the actual Order 66 scene.
Yeah.
I think they really just knocked it out of the park. The montage, you see a lot of different battlefields and different planets. All the different Jedi. There's a real sense of like tragedy and loss going on. It's a really great John Williams score to accompany it. Good reaction shot where Yoda like clutches his heart. It's like, you know, his family is dying. So that's probably the best overall scene of the movie for me. I think it's a really memorable scene. So that's my like primary grade.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that, Chris. I actually have even the stuff before Order 66 leading into Order 66, the scene with Anakin at the Jedi Temple and the music being used with him and Padme kind of like struggling to, you know, they're kind of it seems like they're kind of feeling each other right before Anakin. That music always gives me a little bit of chills just thinking, because I think it captures the moment really well. And then, like you said, the Order 66 and that entire sequence is probably my favorite in Star Wars. Actually, I would say in the entire Star Wars saga. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I had that scene that you were talking about, the Anakin waiting in the council chambers. I had that as a good. That could be a great. I'm not too picky about that. You're right. The score is kind of like eerie. Mm-hmm. It's very different than the typical Star Wars score. Again, it's like a very tragic, like sad piece. There's like a weird like choral effect, like the sunset coming in, him looking out the window. That's really well done. Lucas snapped on that one, so props to him for that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let's see. Anything to add about the Order 66 scene?
I had it in my good.
Okay.
I think it's enjoyable. You know, especially it just shows how the Jedi like fall. And I know like originally watching it for the first time, that was one of the crazier scenes, because it's like, how do all the Jedi die? And then this happens and it's like, whoa, crazy. So yeah, I had it more in my good, but it is a great scene.
Okay, very good. Well, since we got how did you feel about that scene, Spencer? Just because we got everybody else's take on the Order 66 scene.
I have a small comment about it that we'll talk about in bad, but in general, I think it's good because it's capitalized on later by other extended universe media, because they showed, 4 or 5 Jedis dying, but they didn't show the complete thing. So there's a lot of opportunity for who else went into hiding, who else was contacted, who else, talked to Qui-Gon Jinn's Force Ghost. We don't exactly know. So there's a lot of possibility there. Although it's a finality, end of the line for the Jedi, there's still a lot more stories that can be told, and we didn't see everybody go.
Yeah. Chris?
Does anyone have, just a quick question, does anyone have like a favorite or saddest of that montage of Jedi getting taken out? Does anyone have like a saddest one? Because I do. I'll let other people go first.
Let's hear yours.
It's really sad to me when Ki-Adi-Mundi is like advancing with the clone trooper. He's like, come on! Like there is like, buddies or whatever. And then he's like, wait, what? And gets blasted. That's like really, really sad.
No, I'd probably choose that one as well.
Sakura is really sad too, because she's kind of like leading her troops And then like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they like shoot her in the back like a couple times, and then she goes down and they like keep shooting her. I'm like, wow, she's already dead, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing here? A little bit of an overkill, but yeah, that would be one of my sadder ones too. And Pol Koon too. Like he didn't have a chance in the air, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I was also sad about the cute Twi'lek going. That was sad.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
What does it say about us? None of us said anything about the young Padawans being sad. So.
Oh.
Well, to be
you
fair,
don't actually like see that.
That's true. We don't
That's
actually
awesome.
see. Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't think any of us have children, right? So there's a
yeah,
little bit of a little bit of a disconnect there, though. I was gonna. Oh, so just to add to that point that you guys made, which I think is a really good, that we got to see more Order 66 and other properties. So we've seen it in the Fallen Order, Bad Batch. We've seen it in Clone Wars. So we get different perspectives of how Order 66 took place, which is really cool. Is there anywhere else? Did I miss any? Or that those are basically the three, right?
There's that video game with the Jedi.
Yeah, that's
Jedi.
Fallen Order.
The Fallen Order.
Which, as to what you said, Spencer, that really captures the tone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's like an air of sadness over the whole game that I think captures that scene really well. Also,
there's also the Battlefront 2 for the PlayStation 2. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but basically you're the clones leading up to Order 66. Mm-hmm. You're the 501st, and then then you're the 501st going up against the Jedi and the rebels at that time. So you kind of get to play both sides, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's get Brian. What's your first great?
This might be surprising. So I love Darth Sidious in this. I'm not gonna lie. Just who's the actor again?
Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah, Ian McDiarmid pulled no stops. I wish he would have participated more in the other movies as well, because what we got from him, he like fully developed the character for Darth Sidious, and I was here for it. Very entertaining. Seeing him use the dark side was really cool, especially his take on like everything and his voices. I liked him a lot.
No, I did too. I thought even his plan was pretty well captured. Like you could see how he could take over the Jedi. The Jedi's arrogance is the reason why they fell, because they didn't investigate things. But Palpatine like played that fiddle the entire time, which was really cool to see the beginning to the end of that, which was pretty awesome.
He, in some of the earlier movies, there was, they were like plagued with bad acting, but I had the same thing written down, Brian, that McDiarmid as Palpatine is like one of the best things in the movie. And he does like awesome, like he can be creepy, he can be, comforting. Oh, they didn't choose you? Oh, you're still not a master? If they had any sense, you'd be a master by now. It's like he's so manipulative. And I think he's like a theater actor too. So you can just tell he's like seasoned, he's the expert.
Yeah, that was really good.
I love after when he's like fighting Yoda, he's just like laughing the whole time.
Yeah,
and that was great. He's like happy to be evil.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Spencer, what's your first good? Great.
First great.
Yeah, your first great. Let's stick to great.
I have to say General Grievous as a character. He may not be the most beloved. However, the meat brain with the mechanical body, insane. Who even would think of that? He has flaws. He's got, he's got a pretty serious case of asthma. He needs an inhaler or something. Guy needs a nebulizer. And in addition, this is one of the parts where I think they took criticism and changed it, because some of the deaths were like who cares? And even the death of what's his name from the last movie at the beginning of this movie?
Count Dooku?
Yeah, even the death of Count Dooku was a little lackluster. But you have to admit that the death of Grievous has to be like the most insane thing ever, and may even be the reason why the movie was PG-13, whereas all others were PG. It was like the immolation where he's just like on fire and like flames are coming out of everything. That was just insane.
I did have that as great. I had Obi-Wan shooting Grievous as a great.
Yeah, it's insane using an uncivilized weapon. In addition to that, one more thing. His vehicle has a wheel, which very few vehicles in Star Wars have wheels. I think the only one I know of is the Jawa ship, and maybe later on in the movie, the on Kashyyyk, they had like these things with like tractor, like tank wheels. But other than that, it's like one of the only vehicles with wheels, which I just think is cool. It's like a motorcycle with one wheel. Yeah, those are all great to me. He's cool.
Okay, we'll talk about him later. Spoiler alert!
Yes,
but I
we
had
will,
my
Ryan.
thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Me and Brian again on the same page. Okay. Okay. Let me.